Act 3 begins with a monologue of Imran Zakhaev showing pictures of the Ferris wheel and some of the other events that happened over the course of the game so far, such as his son's suicide.
Our so-called leaders prostituted us to the West, destroyed our culture, our economies, our honor. Our blood has been spilled on our soil. My blood on their hands. They are the invaders. All US and British forces will leave Russia immediately or suffer the consequences.
Soap in the Atlas Mountains.
It's quite simple. Either we retake the launch facility or we won't recognize the world tomorrow. Green light to Halo. Charlie team, go. Second drop approaching. Bravo team, stay tight. Go.
A bunch of parachutes are seen deploying from a C-130. Griggs is going off course.
Regroup on me.
In snowy woods, 6 a.m. It's dark and foggy out.
Where's Griggs?
No idea, sir.
Bravo 6, Griggs just activated his emergency transponder. He's half a click to your southwest. Over.
We're on our way. Bravo 6 out. Let's go.
The squad gets up and heads down a forest path, little road, wooden fence, and along the side of the road, and woods on both sides. The squad is slowly pushing up through the woods. A car's approaching.
Contact front. Enemy vehicle. Tango down.
Price lights him up.
Move.
The high beams of the car show the snow falling. The squad walks up past the Jeep, seeing that the bodies are on the ground, and continuing on. They stay to the left side of the road as they see in the woods ahead and on the road some high beams of some flashlights.
Enemy inside.
They move into the woods, staying quiet. Soap headshots one,
Good night.
and they ambush the squad. A couple seconds later, more show up.
Enemy down.
An enemy got a jump on Soap from a tree line on the left, but a SAS member got him.
Clear.
Heading past the location of the firefight, they're going up a slight hill, and there's a large chain link fence leading up to a large building.
They must have Griggs in one of those houses. There's an entry point through that basement door. We've got room to run from there. Keep it quiet, move out.
Price turns a knob with his gun up, enters into a garage room, it looks like. There's the boiler, some lockers. Following Price up the stairs, there's a man looking out the window in the living room. Price comes up behind him, covers his mouth, and stabs him in the neck. Soap checks the rest of the house. Kitchen's clear.
Room clear.
Going upstairs now.
This floor's clear. Move up to the second.
Enemy reclining on a chair. Soap headshots him. Another one comes out from the other room. There are two rooms with two cots. SAS can see him coming up. Soap shoots through the door.
Griggs isn't here. Roger that. Regroup on me downstairs. Copy that.
Going back downstairs. Stacking up at the door.
Moving to the next house. Keep it quiet.
Price quietly opens the door. It's the front door of the house.
So, go take a look.
On the street now. Soap stealthily crosses the street to another house on the opposite side. Looks around and sees there's two enemies on the street. Headshots one by a shed. He looks in the windows of the houses on the other side. Can't see anybody in there. He goes and positions himself behind a green car to take out the other enemy in the street. Headshot.
The sun's coming up. We're running out of time.
It is getting brighter out. Price comes to the door. Opens it up. into a living room with a red couch. 2 red couches. No one on the ground floor.
Floor clear. Proceed upstairs.
As he goes up the stairs, there's a portrait of a family. There's pictures on the wall. There's a door closed where we could hear the voices. The squad stacks up on that door.
Looks like this is the place. Get ready to breach.
Door breaching charge set by Price. Close. Gaz leads the way in. Price follows. Griggs is seen.
Cut Griggs loose. Move.
Griggs is seen on a wooden crate. There's
About damn time. I was starting to think you guys were gonna leave me behind.
That was my first thought, but your ass had all the C4. You alright?
Yeah, I'm good to go.
He grabs his gun from the table. There was newspapers and blood all over the floor, insinuating he was getting beat. The squad with Griggs now heads back the stairs, back onto the roadway.
We need to knock out that tower so the advanced teams can breach the electrified perimeter.
There's a big electrical tower up behind a chain link fence. It's red and white, and it goes down the mountain range.
Enemy helicopters.
Squad goes prone. I don't even see where the helicopter was.
Charlie 6, what's your status? Over. Team 2 in position at the perimeter. Waiting on you to kill the power. Over. Roger. So, plant the charges. Go.
At the base of the tower, the electrical tower, there's a foldable chair. Looks like somebody had a picnic here. It's a very beautiful view. You can see down into another village down there.
Charge is set. Everyone get clear.
But we're gonna ruin it. So puts 2 C4 charges on 2 legs of the tower, both on the same side, towards the mountain.
So, do it.
The C4 sets off a fiery explosion as sparks can be seen everywhere coming from the tower as it starts to buckle and lean and now tip all the way over down the mountain. Big pillar of dust is pushing up.
The tower's down and the power's out. 20 seconds. Roger. We're breaching the perimeter.
Can't see the view anymore as
Back
the
up power in 10 seconds.
Stand by.
the dust is settling.
5 seconds.
Okay. We're through. Bravo 6 will wait for you at the rally point. Out. Roger, Team 2. We're on our way. Out.
Get that fence open.
The squad stacks up on the fence. Gaz takes out a can of something and sprays it. He then pulls on the fence a little bit and it breaks, knocking himself over on his butt a little bit. And then the squad heads through. It's getting brighter out as the sun goes up. They're still in woods now. It's very hilly, covered in snow. The helicopter sends all the leaves and dust up as it flies by, passing over a military outpost that they're reaching. Looks like some kind of vehicle depot when you get there. There's a lot of parked cars and it looks like garages.
Take Soap to the rest and scout through this base. Booth and I will look for an alternate route.
Gaz, the SAS member, and Soap
Give me some
jump
cover
through a
fire.
hole in the concrete fence. Soap sees some armaments on the ground. He swaps his USP for the M1014 shotgun. Him and Gaz are sneaking through. The random SAS member's name is Corporal
Contacts west
Levine.
of us.
Gaz sees some enemy in a building, opens fire.
Target neutralized.
Grenade is thrown. Price and his little fire team is seen coming up the left.
Target eliminated.
Soap moves through some kind of storage room where the helicopter comes from over above. He's loading his shotgun. As he looks through one of those windows that are just a bunch of small little windows put together. The S squad is rappelling down, takes out a grenade launcher, hits it in the middle of them, takes a lot of hits in response, lays down on the ground, reloads his M4, hip fires as an enemy that comes in, another enemy's coming from behind, takes him out, reloads, another one coming from behind. As he tried to throw a grenade, Soap kills him. He goes off after he's dead. Takes 2 enemies out by some barrels in the middle of the road. Takes a massive hit from an enemy. He has no idea where it's from. Looks up. It's from a neighboring big industrial building where there's 2 enemies on rooftop.
Target eliminated.
Double tap some enemies in the courtyard. So continues on under some kind of tower. He goes up the outdoor fire escape entrance to the industrial 2nd floor. Switches his shotgun out. The guy's running at him. Takes him out with the shotgun with ease. The squad's downstairs. Soap just jumps down.
Give me some covering fire.
Reaching the other end of the base. Seems to be another watchtower. Some enemies are rappelling down again in the middle of the street. Looks like some kind of outdoor vehicle workshop. There's a bunch of docks for some vehicles, all of the desks in there. That's the building on the right. So it pushes up on the left behind a destroyed armored vehicle. Takes cover, reloads. He's playing around, switching his shotgun for an MP5. There's an enemy right on the other side.
Hostile down.
But a random SAS member comes up named Private Parent and just headshots the enemy, saving him. In one of those vehicle workshops now. Pushing through. Again, there's 2 more of these buildings with the collection of square windows. They're out on the outside. There's parking lots full of armored vehicles. They look like they're out of commission. Enemies are firing from the roof of these 2 buildings. Soap and the squad are pushing up. Grabs a grenade, throws it back at them. In the left of this like industrial garage, there is sandbags posted, and an enemy is taking cover behind it. The unfortified one on the right, however, has an RPG guy on the front, on the top I should say. Soap takes him out, as 2 attack dogs are attacking one of the SAS soldiers. Soap helps him out, and he runs for cover. 2 more enemies come, he takes one out. Another runner takes him out. The first enemy he just took out was now crawling away. Soap throws a grenade on him instead of double tapping him. Grenade detonates, gets 2 more. Throws a grenade launcher. Takes a lot of hits, but a grenade gets thrown at him. He throws it back at them. Throws another grenade launcher there. Takes about like 7 guys there.
Bravo 6, be advised. Trucks backed with shooters are headed your way.
There's a road where 2 true transports come. Soap throws 2 C4s on them. Detonates the C4, some on the truck. Somehow the truck doesn't explode. Enemies are hiding behind a bunch of crates. It looks like this was just where a bunch of supplies were just unloaded. Because the C4 didn't get him, so they're just sending a bunch of explosives that way. The SAS member Soap was fighting next to just takes a blast at the shoulder and goes down. Shooting through some of the wooden crates now. He takes an enemy out. You can see he saw him take cover, shot the crates, and then you see him fall down. Guy on the left trying to flank with an RPG after a couple shots. Soap takes him. Soap blows up another one of the other troop transport with a grenade launcher because he's mad the C4 didn't get it somehow. Soap hears one enemy, can't find him. He's by a toll booth or entry checkpoint. It's a base, I should say, entry checkpoint, I guess. Squad seems moving up. They're moving along the road again towards their destination, following a bunch of power lines. Another destroyed vehicle in the woods. They're walking alongside the road in sort of a wooden clearing.
Bravo 6, Sniper Team 2, coming out of the tree line to the south.
Along the tree line on the right.
Hold your fire. It's one of the American sniper teams.
2 American soldiers and snipers are wearing ghillie suits.
Good to see you guys made it. We'll give you sniper cover once you're inside the perimeter. What the hell is that?
Big explosion in the back.
We got a problem here.
It's a missile launch.
There's another one.
The rocket can be seen flying up into the sky.
Roger, Bravo 6. Our satellites are tracking them now. Get your team inside the facility and retake the launch control center. We're working on getting the abort codes from the Russians at this time. Out.
The squad is dead sprinting towards the base.
On now, Captain.
Mission fades to black. New briefing screen showing the trajectory of the missiles. It says nuclear launch detected. 2 missiles are heading towards the eastern seaboard of the United States. The simulated warhead trajectory looks as if it's going to completely decimate the entire East Coast, with an estimation of a bunch of death tolls around various cities, with an estimated death toll of 41 million people. Back in Soap's perspective,
Bravo 6, we're still working with the Russians to get the launch codes. We should have them shortly. Keep moving. Out.
Soap cocks his M4 and they're all sprinting towards the base. Griggs and Price now have giant circular saws on their back.
Bravo 6, Sniper Team 2 is now in position. We'll give you sniper cover and recount from where we are. Over. Copy! Keep us posted! Out!
The helicopter above is spiraling out of control, blowing up on its way down. They reach the outskirts of the base. There's an opening in the fence. There's some shipping containers where enemies are firing and coming from.
This is Sniper Team 2. You got hostiles and light arms coming north. Suggest you get some C4 out there or find some heavy weapons. Over.
2 enemies are flanking on the right, but a random SAS goes and cuts them down before getting blown up by a grenade.
We gotta get close to Glen George, folks.
A BTR is pinning them down. Soap throws a smoke grenade on the BTR, runs up and plants a C4 on the hood.
Target down.
Runs back, detonates it. BTR destroyed.
Bravo 6, this is command. Give me a sit rep. Over. We're inside the perimeter. Approaching the gates of the silos. Out!
Enemies are still seen stumbling through the smoke. Soap mops them up with an MP5. By taking some fire on the left, Soap leaves that for the SAS members as he pushes up on the right. There is a building with a couple antennas on the right. Another one of those vehicle depots, garages. Fires at some enemies by the building with the antennas. And there's also a checkpoint building on the road.
We're gonna need some more ground support, sir.
Checkpoint building is
Got it covered, Chris.
2 stories and has enemies on the top. On the left there's some kind of office or housing building where enemies are coming from. Soap shoots one in the neck. Grenade comes by, Price grabs it and throws it back. On the second floor of this checkpoint building there is some stone cinder blocks that are kind of protecting the shooters on the second floor. Soap pushes up.
Got it. We'll try to keep you covered from out here, Bravo 6.
Taking some hits from that second floor, Price comes up and saves Soap. Gives him extra fire. Soap hugs the wall on the right to go around back. See if there's a back entrance. There isn't. There's just some guns lying about. A G36 and RPD. He comes back to the main road where people are fighting. Reaching the gate now. An SAS member is coming up to detonate the gate. Plants C4 on the gate, runs back, goes around another building. Gate blows up as they all run through.
So, Greeks, knock them out! Go!
2 more APCs are seen patrolling around in this area as enemies are coming through. It's the nuclear launch pad. There's smoke coming out from exhaust ports. They're all circles that open up for the missiles to come through. There's a bunch of concrete half walls on wheels. So plants C4 on the EMP after throwing a smoke grenade at it. There's one on the other end, the opposite end of the launch field now. He's taking a couple hits from that checkpoint building from before again. He ignores it and runs forward. He swaps his MP5 for a RPG, trying to take out the BMP from far away. There's a destroyed gas truck right next to him. Takes cover behind it. Takes a couple hits from the BMP before taking out his RPG, firing it. Direct hit.
That's a hit! One more ought to do it!
So goes back and looks for another RPG. Can't find one. Takes his MP5 back.
We're pinned down until we take out that armor. Use your C4.
Soap runs back to the vehicle, the destroyed gas truck. Throws smoke. Heads to the right by some bunkers. Using those cement half walls to cover his approach. He takes out some foot mobiles. He reaches one of those concrete walls. Throws his C4. Detonates the BMP. Squad team's moving up. They're heading towards the exhaust vents in the back.
Bravo 6. Strike Team 3 inserting from the northwest. Repeat, we're moving in from the northwest. Check your targets and confirm. Over.
Copy, Team 3. We'll meet you at the north end of the tarmac near the vent shafts. Out.
More launch pads could be seen opening. Prize and Griggs are on an exhaust port now, and they are taking out their circular saws, and they're going to buzz in.
Team, give us a few seconds to cut through the vents. Cut it. Stand by.
Other squads could be seen cutting into other vents. Sparks shoot up every time the blade hits the vent. It falls down. They start to rappel down. Gaz goes first.
Squad,
Team
hook
2,
up!
propelling now.
Greg, Price, and Soap follow.
Okay, we're in.
Another briefing screen as it's again the SAS USMC joint operation. Once again showing the trajectory of the missile. It shows that they've dropped the fuselage.
Team 3 is in the place. Bravo, team. We got good news and bad news. Launch control is located southwest of your position, less than half a click away. That's where you'll need to upload the abort codes to destroy the missiles in flight.
Guys, go with the exit in the security station. So Griggs and I will head for launch control.
Roger. Come on, what's the bad news? The bad news is we're still trying to get those abort codes. Over.
The hell with it. We'll give it our best shot. Out.
Shows an estimated 14 minutes and 45 seconds till impact, as well as showing the schematics of the base. Soap starts following Griggs through a ventilation shaft.
All right, let's move. Griggs. We're clearing the east wing and heading for base security, over. Roger, Delta 6. We're right above you in the vents. Watch your fire.
Copy that, sir.
Still crawling through the vents. You can see it's very dusty. There's cobwebs.
New Yankee 6 reporting in. We're meeting with heavy resistance in the south wing. They've locked down our access point over here, over. Roger, Yankee 6. Regroup with Team 2 and help them gain control of base security, over. Roger that, sir. We're pulling back to regroup with Team 2. Yankee 6 out.
Squads jumps down into a locker room.
Captain Price, we're sending your team the abort codes you'll need to auto-destruct the missiles in flight. You have 11 minutes before those missiles reach the eastern seaboard, over. Copy that.
Past the showers and locker room now. They're in a series of hallways, each with a red flashing light. They're in a food storage room. Goes back to the hallway. Continuing down, enemies can be seen approaching. Mows them down. Griggs and Price are pushing up through into a cafeteria kitchen area. In a food storage room. Bunch of shelves, propane tanks, and refrigerators in the kitchen. Now they're in like a cafeteria area. They're behind the food service counter. The enemies are all running around in the open pretty much because there's only a few kicked over tables. Doesn't provide much cover.
We got 10 minutes left.
Yep, there is a countdown on the top. Out of the cafeteria, they're heading down another hallway. Soap switches to his MP5 for the closer encounters. There's one guy hiding behind the corner as Soap, Price, and Griggs all just lay bullets down. He's cutting the corner before Soap creeps up and takes him out with the MP5. Every one of these hallways has a giant red flashing light indicating the launch. In some kind of office now. 2 computers, very old, dated computers. You can see some bulletin boards. There's a giant star. Soap heads down. There's a bunch of dead soldiers, presumably the Russians that were manning it before the Ultranationalists took over. Soap gets flashed, but not bad enough to lose his target. It's a big storage room now. A bunch of crates. Just crates and barrels all stacked up on each other. Soap hugs the right wall and continues to push up. Runs out of ammo, and enemy pops up. Takes cover for hip firing the enemy away. Enemies keep running at him.
We're running out of time. We gotta move.
Reaches the end of the room on the right side. Takes a grenade, throws it from one enemy to another. The enemy that threw grenade is getting taken out by Price with his pistol. As you turn the corner, Price and Soap move up as Price just obliterates an enemy on the ground with a full clip of ammo, it looks like.
Sir, what's going on? What are they saying? They started a bloody countdown. Sakaya's got to launch the remaining missiles. Keep moving.
Enemy pops up with a shotgun, just misses Soap head as he dips back. Soap runs out. MP5, just spray and pray down these hallways because it's so close quarters. It doesn't matter, you get them all. They're in the launch bay almost, fighting around missiles as Soap uses a grenade launcher to hit the other enemies in the adjacent missile bay, which is probably not a good idea. But it works out. Throwing grenade launcher at the bottom of nukes probably isn't safe, but desperate times.
Go, go, go.
So continues to push up. Sees Griggs and Price. More missiles are launching. Soap turns around to see Price's closing a launch door just in time as the missile exhaust is coming up. They're in front of a large glass door, the big red light over it.
Open the outer door to launch control.
Roger, we're on it. Stand by. Almost there.
As Gaz opens the door, it is incredibly slow.
Door's coming online now.
It's opening but barely moving.
Oh, you gotta be shitting me.
Guys, can't you make it open faster?
6 minutes left. Negative, sir. But you can try pulling it if it makes you feel better. Cheeky bastard.
As soon as an opening clears in the doorway, Soap peeks his head in with the MP5. Searching the room. Enemies are in a little office, and in the room proper, there's 2 offices to the side of this room. Shoots him to the one on the right, throws a grenade. Flashbang. Runs in. Knifes an enemy when he runs out of ammo. Reloads. Sprays and prays. Hits Griggs a little bit because for the millionth time I hit a teammate in this game. In some kind of generator room. Adjacent to the office.
5 minutes.
5 minutes left on the counter on top. They're pushing down towards an empty hallway, a dead end, which is their destination.
Team 3, what's your status? Over.
Team 3 in position at the southeast side of the launch control room, standing by. Are you at the far wall? Over.
Affirmative. Preparing to breach. Soap, plant the explosives. Go.
So plants some C4. Backs up with Griggs and Price. Detonates it.
Go, go, go. Going in.
They charge in. Before going in, Soap throws a flashbang. They enter. Allies can be seen entering from the right side as Price and Soap and Griggs enter through the left. It's a giant control room. Looks with all 1960s computers. There's like huge computers all over the place.
Soap, enter the code. We'll watch for enemy reinforcements. 4 minutes.
Soap swaps his MP5 for AK-47. He goes up to the computer and starts typing in the abort codes. There's a giant screen on a giant launch screen.
Stand by. Stand by. Bravo 6, all warheads have been confirmed destroyed in flight. We got a ton of debris, but most of it's landing in the ocean.
Sir, check the security feed. It's the can. He's taking off.
Captain Price, this is Gaz at the security station. They came in by trucks. I'm thinking we can use all of these to get the hell out of here. I'm sending you the coordinates to the vehicle depot. Roger that. We'll meet you at the vehicle depot. Out. Everyone follow me. Let's go. All teams, this is command. Recommend you exfil from the area immediately. Large numbers of hostile forces are converging on your position. Get out of there now.
Soap runs up the way they've came, through the hole in the wall that they created.
Enemy reinforcements moving in.
Back past the slow blast door. To launch control. They're now back in the hallways. Very close quarters. There's 4 more guys. Soap fires as he takes cover on the other side of the room. Griggs and Price are catching up. Everything is kind of a funnel at this point, so the enemies are easy to pick off. There's not much cover around. They reach a lift. Soap takes a Price to see Captain Price just chilling there for a second. Price hits the button to lift on the way in. We're going up.
This is Gaz. We're taking some fire up here at the vehicle depot. Where the hell are you guys?
We're coming up the lift. Stand by.
You know, sir, I wouldn't mind getting a shot at Takeev.
Yeah, well, get in line, mate. Leave and find us first.
Door opens as they head out. signs of battle as there's dead soldiers on the ground again. At the vehicle depot, see guys and the Marines fighting some enemies coming in through the entrance. So hops on the back of one of the trucks and helps clear them out.
All right, get in the trucks. Let's go.
You heard the man. Move!
Alright, mission fades to black. As there's satellite imaging tracking the squad's exfiltration on a jeep.
Primary exfil point has been compromised. Proceed to secondary extraction south of bridge. Enemy presence substantial.
It's just too hot, man. But room temperature? Please, a beer should be ice cold.
A lager, maybe, or a glass of water like you drink, and a pint of stout.
I'm gonna have to school y'all both when we get back stateside.
Yeah, well, either way, we're stopping in London first. And I'm buying.
Well, at least the world didn't end. Hit it.
So, Griggs and Price are in one car. There's two other cars of Allied soldiers. Enemy troop transports come now.
Bravo 6. What's the status on that helicopter? Over. Not good enough, mate. We'll be dead in 10. Truck moving up on the left. Get off your bloody arse and fire that truck.
Now there's helicopters on the side tracking. These trucks that they have coming up are reinforced with looks like sheet metal and some barrels that enemies can take cover from. Each troop transport has about 6 guys in the back. They're in a tunnel now. Truck on the left is, sorry, on the right is spiraling out of control or exploding. Truck on the left barrels through it though. They pass a civilian bus. A lot of civilians on the road still. Just getting railed out of the way. Soap shoots one of the RPG guys and it hits a civilian car, the rocket, going wild. There's a helicopter just raining missiles onto the road, chasing the other allies down on another road. Troop transport hits a little rock as it spirals out, causing an explosion as some rocks are falling from the mountain. Another civilian vehicle crashes. Another civilian vehicle crashes. They're under a mountain overpass now. It's just firing, and the helicopter's just firing rockets indiscriminately into the street. Soap's trying to hit the rocket on the helo, but he also sucks at video games, so he misses. Allies are ahead. The ones from behind caught up. Soap's getting low on all of his ammo. Reaching a bridge. Just try to stop the car, but it's going too fast. So blacks out for a second, wakes up, and is on a destroyed bridge.
The bridge isn't gonna hold. Move, move, move!
There's blood on the pavement that he woke up from. The bridge is slowly falling apart as vehicles are starting to slip and fall off. It's starting to crack even more so.
It's about to collapse. Get your ass out of there!
Soap's climbing up right behind Price. There's some destroyed cars up ahead. The Allies take cover.
We are under heavy attack on the highway bridge. Up Map 3, 244-352. Request helicopter gunship support. Over.
Working on it, Bravo 5. Wireless forces in the area may be able to assist, but we cannot confirm at this time. Base played out.
Useless wanker!
Men are rappelling down the helicopters as troop transports are at the other side of the bridge.
Captain Price! We're on our own, sir! you, mate!
Stand by. We are almost there. ETA 3 minutes. Camera out.
Enemies continue to pile up.
Tanker's about to blow! Move!
Behind there's a tanker that's on fire. Everybody's running forward. Helicopter shoots a missile at the exploding tanker. So blacks out for a second, wakes up to see Griggs. He's pulling him with one hand and shooting his M1911 with the other. Trying to pull him to cover on the other side, even though they were already in cover. As he's firing, he runs out of ammo. Switches back to his saw. Starts shooting down. Everything's in slow motion. The bullet rips through his shoulder as he falls to the ground. Soap looks to his left and sees Captain Price is barely moving, struggling to get up. Looks back to the bridge as he sees ultranationalists led by Zakayev are walking very slowly. Gaz is seen struggling to get up as Zakayev puts a gun to Gaz's head and pulls a trigger. Ultranationalists are seen executing other SAS members along the bridge. A missile comes and destroys the helicopter that was watching overhead. The Allied Russian forces are coming in. Soap looks back to Captain Price, who's sliding him his M1911. Soap catches it, aims in slow motion, shoots Zakayev in the back of the head, and the other two soldiers as well. He looks back up and sees an Allied Russian helicopter. Soap's vision is beginning to get a little fuzzy. The helicopter's starting to land. Another helicopter is seen above. Soldiers are rappelling down. It's Kamarov. He comes to aid Soap.
You are going to be alright, my friend.
Some Russian soldiers begin to lift up Soap and put him on a gurney. The soldier is giving CPR to Price.
The Russian government released a statement today confirming a series of nuclear missile tests in central Russia. Although world leaders were quick to denounce the action, Russian officials maintain that the missile tests fell well within established UN protocols. No comment was received from the ultra-nationalist party, where rumors of a possible leadership struggle have just begun to surface. In other news, the search for a ship lost in the Bering Strait due to a major storm has been called off.
Game fades to black as the helicopter medevacs Soap out. Hey everyone, I'm Soundwave Spectre, and if you made it this far, I just wanted to thank you from the bottom of my heart for watching. If the content was rough around the edges, I apologize. This was my first time making any content on YouTube whatsoever, let alone audio descriptions. I'm going to be doing more audio descriptions of all kinds of games, so if you liked it, give me a like so YouTube can share this out to other people who might need audio descriptions. Leave a comment below on what I could do to make it better for you guys and what you want to see next. Be sure to subscribe so you see the next one gets posted. Thank you, and I'll catch you on the next one.